Welcome to CVR News Network. You are watching CVR English World 360. Vladimir Putin is open to discussing a Ukraine ceasefire deal with Donald Trump, but rules out making any major territorial concessions and insists Kiev abandon ambitions to join NATO. 5 sources with knowledge of Kremlin thinking told the media that US President-elect Trump, who has vowed to swiftly end the conflict, is returning to the White House at a time of Russian ascendancy. Moscow controls a chunk of Ukraine about the size of American state of Virginia and is advancing at a fastest pace since the early days of 2022 invasion. In the first detailed reporting of what President Putin would accept in any deal brokered by Trump, 5 current and former Russian officials said that Kremlin could broadly agree to freeze the conflict along with the front lines.
Все понятно, все слышно?
In the recent turn of the events in the war between Russia-Ukraine war, the US permitted Kiev to use ATACMS missiles on Moscow. Kiev reacted to the go order from US and fired about 6 ATACMS missiles at the military facility in the Bryansk region on November 18th. The change was published on the 1,000th day of war in Ukraine and drew a swift rebuke from its President Zelensky. Reacting to this, Russia knocked down the Ukraine's 6 missiles and gave nod to change the nuclear doctrine. In the decree signed, Putin lowered the threshold for a nuclear strike in response to a broader range of conventional attacks. The action from Putin came a day after Kremlin on November 18 said Russia would respond to reckless decision by Biden's administration. Meanwhile, the US Embassy in Kiev received information of a potential significant air attack on November 20th. Reacting to the threat, the US shut down its embassy in Kiev, calling The significant air strikes after Russia's warning. Explosions rocked Beirut's southern suburbs in the early hours of November 21st amid ongoing hostilities between Hezbollah and Israeli forces. Hezbollah and Israel have been trading fire for more than a year since the group began launching rockets at Israeli military targets on October 8, 2023. That was the day after its Palestinian ally Hamas attacked southern Israel, killing some 1,200 people.
Em um mundo assolado por conflitos armados e tensões geopolíticas, China e Brasil colocam a paz, a diplomacia e o diálogo em primeiro lugar. Ministros
中国和巴西联合发表了6点共识，会同有关全球南方国家发起乌克兰危机和平之友小组。我们要汇集更多致力于和平的声音，为实现政治解决乌克兰危机铺平道路。纷飞动荡不安，加沙地带的人道主义形势还在恶化，冲突外影响持续扩散，地区安全受到严重冲击。我们对此深感忧虑，国际社会必须加大作为。
Em um mundo assolado por conflitos armados e tensões geopolíticas, China e Brasil colocam a paz, a diplomacia e o diálogo em primeiro lugar. Ministros.
中国和巴西联合发表了6点共识，会同有关全球南方国家发起乌克兰危机和平之友小组。我们要汇集更多致力于和平的声音，为实现影响。
Brazilian President Luis Inacio Lula da Silva on Wednesday welcomed China's President Xi Jinping for a state visit at Alvorada Palace in Brasilia. The latest sign of deepening ties between the two countries that analysts say may accelerate as Donald Trump returns to the White House in 2025. China overtook the US as Brazil's biggest export in 2009. Since then, the links between the two nations have strengthened in trade and investment. On Wednesday, the two leaders signed 37 agreements in areas ranging from trade and tourism to agriculture, industry, science, technology, health, energy, culture and education.
Em um mundo assolado por conflitos armados e tensões geopolíticas, China e Brasil colocam a paz, a diplomacia e o diálogo em primeiro lugar. Ministros.
中国和巴西联合发表了6点共识，会同有关全球南方国家发起乌克兰危机和平之友小组。我们要汇集更多致力于和平的声音，为实现政治解决乌克兰危机铺平道路。纷飞动荡不安，加沙地带的人道主义形势还在恶化。
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the reports of possible attack on Kiev on Wednesday, saying this kind of information frenzy benefits only Russia. Let's watch the video.
Сьогодні було багато нервів і питань про якусь особливу небезпеку. Хоча скільки жорстоких і підлих ударів Росії ми вже пройшли за цей час. Завжди треба звертати увагу на повітряну тривогу. У нас такий сусід, божевільний. Сьогодні у 1001 день повномасштабної війни Росія так само божевільна, як і в 1000-й день і 24 лютого. Інформаційне нагнітання, яке було сьогодні, якісь панічні повідомлення, які пересилали, все це тільки Росія ж і допомагає. Будь ласка, бережіть себе, допомагайте нашій армії, дбайте, зокрема, щоб ніхто не міг використати ваші емоції в своїх власних інтересах. Є новий пакет підтримки від Америки, обсяг $275 мільйонів. В пакеті безпілотники, снаряди для хаймарсів та артилерії. Дуже важливо міни, щоб зупиняти російські штурми. Це дійсно посилить наших хлопців на фронті. Сьогодні було багато нервів і питань про якусь особливу небезпеку. Хоча скільки жорстоких і підлих ударів Росії ми вже пройшли за цей час. Завжди треба звертати увагу на повітряну тривогу. У нас такий сусід.
Australia's communication minister introduced a world's first law to parliament on Thursday that would ban children under 16 from social media, saying online safety was one of the parents' toughest challenges. Michael Rowland said TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Reddit, X and Instagram were among the platforms that would face fines up to 50 million Australian dollars, which is equivalent to 33 million US dollars for systematic failures to prevent young children from holding accounts.
This bill seeks to set a new normative value in society, that accessing social media is not the defining feature of growing up in Australia. There is wide acknowledgement that something must be done in the immediate term to help prevent young teens and children from being exposed to streams of content, unfiltered and infinite. For too many young Australians, social media can be harmful. Almost 2/3 of 14 to 17-year-old Australians have viewed extremely harmful content online, including drug abuse, suicide or self-harm, as well as violent material. A quarter have been exposed to content promoting unsafe eating habits. This is about protecting young people, not punishing or isolating them, and letting parents know we're in their corner when it comes to supporting their children's health and well-being. We are not saying that risks don't exist on messenger apps or online gaming. While users can still be exposed to harmful content by other users, they do not face the same algorithmic curation of content and psychological manipulation to encourage near-endless engagement.
A volcano on the Reykjanes Peninsula in southwestern Iceland has erupted for the 7th time since December. The eruption started with a little warming at 11:14 p.m. local time Wednesday and created a fissure around 3 kilometers long. The activity is estimated to be considerably smaller than the previous eruption in August. Iceland's meteorological office that monitors the seismic activity said. In the past 10 years, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been honoured with top awards from the countries worldwide. Joining a list of countries, Guyana and Barbados conferred their top awards to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on November 21st. During his visit, Guyana conferred its highest national award, the Order of Excellence, on PM Modi. Likewise, Barbados will also confer the prestigious Honorary Order of Freedom on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Dominica also bestowed its highest national award, Dominica Award for Honor, to Prime Minister Modi. From Russia's Order of St. Andrew to a postal award to Legion of Merit by US, Prime Minister Modi's award list continues to grow. With these three awards, Prime Minister Modi has now been bestowed with 19 international accolades. Earlier, Prime Minister Modi arrived in Guyana after concluding his successful G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
यह सम्मान केवल मेरा ही नहीं बल्कि भारत के 140 करोड़ लोगों का सम्मान है। यह हमारे संबंधों के प्रति आपकी गहरी प्रतिबद्धता का सजीव प्रमाण है, जो हमें हर क्षेत्र में आगे बढ़ने के लिए प्रेरित करता रहेगा।
This honor does not only belong to me, but also to 1.4 billion Indians. This is a living proof of your deep commitment towards our relations, which will continue to inspire us to move forward in every field.
फ्रेंड्स, भारत और गयाना के संबंध हमारे साझा इतिहास, सांस्कृतिक धरोहर और गहरे आपसी विश्वास पर आधारित है.
Friends, India-Guyana relations are based on our shared history, cultural heritage and deep mutual trust.
इन संबंधों को अभूतपूर्व ऊंचाइयों तक ले जाने में राष्ट्रपति इरफान अली का निजी रूप से बहुत बड़ा योगदान रहा है. उनके नेतृत्व में हम हर दिशा में निरंतर आगे बढ़ रहे हैं. आज की चर्चाओं में भी मैंने भारत के लोगों के प्रति उनके स्नेह और आदर को महसूस किया.
President Irfan Ali has personally contributed immensely in taking these relations to unprecedented heights. Under his leadership, we are continuously moving forward in every direction. Even in today's discussions, I felt his affection and respect for the people of India.
भारत भी गयाना के साथ हर क्षेत्र में कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर चलने के लिए तैयार है. दो डेमोक्रेसीज के रूप में हमारा सहयोग केवल द्विपक्षीय संबंधों के लिए नहीं, बल्कि पूरे ग्लोबल साउथ के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है. यह सम्मान केवल मेरा ही नहीं, बल्कि भारत के 140 करोड़ लोगों का सम्मान है. यह हमारे संबंधों के प्रति आपकी गहरी प्रतिबद्धता का सजीव प्रमाण है, जो हमें हर क्षेत्र में
This autumn, Yokohama city resonated with music during the 4-day event Live Yokohama. The city continues its efforts to become an even more vibrant and comfortable place to live. A standout feature of the event was a jazz band formed by local residents, bringing together both young and senior musicians. They delighted audience with jazz renditions of popular anime songs. Yokohama boasts a rich connection to jazz. In 1925, the city hosted its first jazz performance, and by 1933, a dedicated jazz cafe has opened its doors. Today, with more than 40 venues, including live houses showcasing jazz performances, Yokohama is recognized as one of the world's premier cities for jazz music. ఏం జరుగుతుంది? హలో Diplomatic tensions continue to simmer between India and Canada over the Khalistani terrorist murder. In the recent event, Canada-based Globe and Mail attempted to worsen the already strained ties. The newspaper drew a connection between the death of K-terrorist Hardeep Nijjar and the Indian government reacting promptly to it. India has strongly refuted Canadian media reports and said it should be dismissed with the contempt they deserve. Ministry of External Affairs further emphasized that smear campaigns like this only further damage nation's already strained lies. Notably, India's ties with Canada have seen sharp deterioration, with India repeatedly expressing its deep concern about extremism. Violence and anti-India activities in Canada have a deep concern for India recently.
Let me extend to you and to your delegation a very, very warm
And that's all for the World 360. Stay tuned to CVR News English.
This is Dr.